for this purpose only. So we'll start with advanced theories. Alien eggs. Evidence suggests that a substantial number, if not all, of the local species reproduce through egg laying. Eggs can be found resting on the sea floor, buried beneath detritus, or even wedged into cracks in the rock. Different species likely favor different biomes as their nesting grounds. Eggs discovered in the wild or in some form of natural stasis, likely awaiting ideal conditions in which to hatch, or the delivery of some vital enzyme which will kick-start the process. It is impossible to calculate the species of the egg from the exterior. However, it may be possible to stimulate a hatching response if an egg is relocated to a suitable alien containment unit. Bacterial infection report. You have been infected with a previously unknown waterborne bacterium. It is currently multiplying in your bloodstream. Estimated incubation time 2 weeks. Your immune system is currently combating the infection at low efficiency. You may already be experiencing flu-like symptoms and skin irritation. These will likely be exacerbated as the bacterium takes hold. Your immediate priority should be abatement and eradication of the infection. Recommended steps: salvage further alien research data on a possible vaccine, investigate the mechanisms which have enabled the indigenous ecosystem to inhabit the symptoms of the infection. Enzyme host. Peepers leaving the containment facility. The outflow pipes are filled with peepers traveling back towards the surface. Specimens show no symptoms of infection. All specimens scanned are carrying enzyme 42, which data suggests inhabits the bacterium. Specimens stomach cavities are otherwise empty, suggesting they may have purged the contents before entering the pipes. Assessment: if peepers have evolved to distribute the enzyme via the pipe network, this may explain part of the mechanism by which life on 4546b has survived since the bacterial outbreak. Hatching enzymes. So, the Emperor specimen's eggs are attached to some form of incubator. In a normal life cycle, it seems likely that sea emperors would have buried their eggs in shallow waters, where different organic materials in the soil would have triggered a hatching response. The incubator suggests the aliens had resorted to developing artificial hatching enzymes which would stimulate the eggs' natural hatching environment, but were unable to discover the formula. With extensive information on the sea emperors themselves, it may still be possible to fabricate an artificial hatching enzyme using indigenous ingredients. However, the only surviving source of that information may be the sea emperor itself. Before we continue, what I'm going to do is I'm having a good time reading here, so I'm going to go PDA pause because I'm having a good time reading. Right. Peepers entering the containment facility. I've read that one. No, I haven't. So peepers entering the containment facility. The pipes drawing water into the containment facility are filled with peepers arriving from the surface. The fish show no signs of distress. The specimens scanned have all consumed high quantities of seeds and organic matter from the surface. Some specimens are beginning to show signs of infection. Rare species on 4546b. Different species of rare indigenous to 4546b, each adapted to different environments. The specimens are 99.99% genetically identical to those encountered on the planet today. suggesting that rays in particular have undergone little evolutionary mutation in the past millennium. Ghost rays, jelly rays, crimson rays, and rabbit rays likely all share a common evolutionary ancestor. The alpha ray would have evolved deep in the ocean trenches, quickly growing in line with available food supplies. It would have most resembled the ghost ray in size and appearance, with translucent skin for camouflage and forward-mounted eyes for hunting, a fast and fearsome stalker of small creatures in the dark. While some rays have stayed within the limits of the cave systems where they first evolved, others are relatively more recent adaptations to new environments, likely the result of overpopulation. All of the rays on 4546b have given up predation in favor of herbivorous scavenging and use poisonous flesh to protect themselves. Sea dragon egg. Sea dragon egg. This large egg is held in hermetically sealed environment and has been chemically sterilized without the means at the facility to house a fully grown sea dragon specimen. It is possible the aliens sought to study inside of the egg laying and incubation process. To what end is unclear. Specimens with symptoms of infection. The organisms is displaying signs of bacterial infection. Bright green blisters are forming networks around the infection sites. Pathology suggests a waterborne bacterium capable of penetrating the body through the skin and respiratory system. Underlying indications of genetic mutation and aggressive behavior. The bacterium itself is unlikely any so far recorded in human exploration. Warning: may be contagious. Avoid. Do not under any circumstances consume the flesh. The sea emperor's eggs. First, shell. Uncommonly strong shell lining organic growth on the exterior suggests these eggs may be hundreds or thousands of years old. Alien tubes. Number 2. Alien devices penetrate the outer shell layer, likely designed to supply them with nutrients and to isolate them from the surrounding environment. Number 3. Amniotic sac. Like many eggs on 4546b, these do not contain a nutrient supply which is slowly exhausted by the embryo. Instead, they exist in form of natural stasis, awaiting appropriate hatching conditions. 4. Fatal organism. There is a high genetic match between these organisms and the leviathan in the vicinity. They appear to be stable and healthy. It is likely that ideal hatching conditions for the eggs vary considerably from ideal survival conditions for the parent. The sea emperor's life cycle. This one's a big one. Available biological data has been used to synthesize the effects of alien bacterium on the sea emperor's natural life cycle. This creature likely lived and moved in small herds around the planet's ocean trenches, coming to surface to feed off huge volumes of microorganisms in the shallow waters. Family size would be strictly limited by available food supply. Offspring would likely split off at young age to form their own herds elsewhere. Given their sparse population, mating and egg laying was likely infrequent. Perhaps a once in a lifetime event. The species likely had a preferred environment for egg laying. In fact, successful hatching may depend on such conditions. Given the rarity of this event, it is impossible to calculate those conditions precisely. There is no evidence to support the assumption that all members of the species were immune from the alien bacterium. Even if this is so, there is evidence that introduction of the bacterium disseminated life on the planet, and this would have had catastrophic effects on the Emperor's food supply and survival rate. The symbiotic relationship between the specimen and other life forms likely developed as a direct result of the bacterial infection. Those life forms which learned to keep the Emperor alive survived with its help. This may explain the vast tracts of lifeless ocean in a rough perimeter around the Emperor's location. Right, so that's advanced theories completed. Next, blueprints. We'll start with equipment. Air pump. Air pumps. Air pumps can be used to pipe breathable air to a remote location. The base attached air pump can be built at a compatible habitat and will source oxygen directly from the habitat's oxygen generator. The floating air pump must have access to breathable air and be floating on the water surface. Pumps must be connected to a pipe chain to function. Creature decoy. This advanced deployable is a catch-all solution for mimicking the behavior of a living creature for purpose of scientific research or predator evasion. Vibrates, cycles air and water and sends out randomized high-frequency sound waves to emulate a living organism. May be hand-placed or launched from compatible Cyclops submarines. Short on-board battery provides limited lifespan, attracts predators of all kinds. How lovely. Handheld scanner. Brilliant. The essential science and survival tool. The scanner can be used to add new blueprints to memory and analyze unknown entities. It emits electromagnetic radiation in the specified direction, which is reflected by the environment and then analyzed to determine the physical makeup of the targeted object. It has 4 primary functions. Blueprint acquisition. Record the physical parameters of scanned technologies to add their blueprints to the PDA databank. These blueprints may then be constructed at the appropriate fabricator. The scanner is also equipped to break down damaged and otherwise useless devices into their base metals for salvage purposes. Organism analysis. The scanner will attempt to match scanned organisms against the onboard database. If no match is found, then the species will be assigned to an easy-to-remember name, and a new databank entry will be created. Your PDA's AI will also attempt to synthesize theories on behavioral tendencies and evolutionary origins where possible, as well as deliver assessment on how best to approach them. Medical analysis. Scanning any living organism will display basic information on their state of health on the scanner's HUD. This information will be limited without access to a network database. Self-scan. The user may run a self-scan to determine their own physical well-being. The scanner will search for foreign bacteria and other signs of ill health and compare with available data to provide a diagnosis. The ulterior spectroscope scanner. Understanding the world so you don't have to. Light stick. A mobile battery-powered LED light which provides low-level lighting in a 360-degree area and can be attached to most surfaces. Propulsion cannon. The propulsion cannon allows technicians to manipulate gravitational forces at ranges up to 20 meters. It is commonly used in construction and mining to move materials. Operating instructions. Pull the trigger once to lock onto the attract a single targeted object weighing less than 25 kilograms. Breathe. The object can now safely be retrieved from the gravitational beam. Alternatively, pull the trigger a second time to propel the object at speed away from the device. Not recommended for use on organic subjects. The prop cannon. Some species are telekinetic. For everyone else, there's ulterior. Radiation suit. This suit protects against the effects of radiation during land, sea, and space exploration. Safety rated up to 400 SVHR. cross-compatible with all AEP suit functionality, and it's sleek. The radiation suit, a necessary precaution in a post-Mad world. Reinforced dive suit. This suit is reinforced with synthetic fibers to reduce incoming physical and thermal damage. Shock absorption reduces physical impact velocity by approximately 50%. Isn't that great? Rated for temperatures up to 70 degrees. Oh yeah, that's hotter than your kettle, bro. Disclaimer, you are not invulnerable when wearing this suit. The reinforced dive suit. Why take chances when you can take Alteria? Repair tool. The repair tool can be targeted at any common device. Control panels, habitat modules, radios, etc. to stitch wires and seams back together at the atomic level. All good technicians keep one of these under their pillow. Most people don't care why it works, just that it saved their life that one time. But in case you're curious, it combines scanner and fabricator technologies to determine the proper specifications for the targeted object, and then rearranges the available physical material to match the original specs. The Alterra repair tool. Get your fix. Repulsion cannon. The repulsion cannon is a modification of the base propulsion cannon which enhances its propulsion effect at the cost of the ability to draw objects closer. It can be fabricated using a modification station and is commonly employed in self-defense and as a less than lethal firearm. Stasis rifle. The stasis rifle uses patented technology to slow time around the entity as near to a full stop as the laws of physics will permit, essentially anchoring the target in place without affecting its internal workings. It is designed to facilitate scientific and engineering operations by expanding the window of opportunity for in-action time-sensitive scenarios. The stasis rifle features an independent replaceable power cell, and the trigger may be held down to increase the area of effect and duration. Common applications include slow and fast-moving mechanisms such as fan belts to facilitate maintenance operations, temporarily incapacitating organisms for research purposes, navigating perilous space by freezing potential threats. NB. I don't know what NB means. Notable, I guess. I'm going to say notable. Notable may not function correctly on larger life forms. The Alteria stays to travel. Lives fast. Why not put it on pause? Time capsule. I know what a time capsule is, but I'll read it anyway. These sturdy containers are designed to store written and photographic evidence for later retrieval, in addition to a number of small items. Time capsules are often fabricated by marooned survivors seeking either to aid those who find themselves in the same predicament in the future, or to leave evidence of their plight which may be found long after their bodies have disintegrated. Most emergency escape vehicles are equipped with a time capsule by default, usually found in the cockpit, and be jettisoned on takeoff. Alteria requests time capsules to be stocked with tools and resources which will aid those who may discover them in the future. Water filtration suit. Now this is, you're not going to like this one, Paula. The industrial standard water filtration suit is designed to minimize water loss exploring hostile environments by filtering and recycling bodily fluids. Reclaimed water is stored in containers for later consumption. Normal production rate is 2 bottles per day. Filters contaminants from no less than 4 different bodily excretions or something like that. Blood and sweat may be affected, may effectively processed, upgrade to Mark II to make most of tiers. On-board flavor neutralizer can be activated at a start-up. Flavor neutralizer not included on all modules. To a filtration suit, because drinking reclaimed urine is better than death by dehydration. That is disgusting. No. So when you pee yourself, it automatically turns into water. Yep. That's what that suit is. You pee yourself, you can drink it straight away because it's reclaimed. Habitat installations. Alien containment. Despite huge ulterior-led advancements in stellar technology, exploring new worlds still has its challenges, and alien life forms are one of them. That's why we built the Alien Containment Unit. The unit is designed primarily to breed larger or more dangerous species. Technical provisions. Units must be installed in multi-purpose room modules. Units may be connected between rooms stacked in a column. A hatch must be installed in order to access the unit. The base of the unit is a planter, allowing sea flora to be grown from seed. Breeding tips. Provided sufficient time and living space, organisms of the same species should mate and reproduce. Eggs inside the unit will hatch over time. Organisms raised from birth in captivity often exhibit unusual passive behavior. Warning: environmental controls may fail if the unit is overpopulated. Infections may be transmitted faster between specimens in artificial environments. Never tap the glass. You don't know what will tap back or how hard. Aquarium. The aquarium is designed to hold and sustain up to 8 small aquatic organisms and fits inside a regular multi-purpose habitat room. Aquatic creatures make up to 70% of all known species, making the aquarium a commonly deployed tool in many exploratory operations. It is just as often used to house livestock for later consumption as it is to hold specimens for XNO research. An automated environmental regulation system means there's no need to feed or care for your subjects. And notable, due to its size, the regular aquarium is not rated for breeding applications, and creatures are highly unlikely to mate. Construct a full-size alien containment unit for this purpose. Bulkhead door. Bulkhead door is designed to separate compartments while reinforcing structural integrity. With its solid titanium frame, the door can be opened and closed to seal off compartments in the event of fire or flooding or simply for privacy. Exterior grow bed. Advanced synthetic soils allow this grow bed to support a huge variety of quantity of alien plant life, and it can be installed anywhere on land or underwater where there is space. Fabricator. Everybody knows what a fabricator is. Fabrication technology is the power to rearrange matter at the atomic level. It was catalyzed behind the Great Expansion and remains the backbone of the modern world. Fabricators come in all shapes and sizes, but the most common are small enough to be wall-mounted and are used for everything from constructing everyday implements to cooking dinner. It is common today for households to keep a store of generic base materials on hand for any eventuality. Floodlight. The standard issue floodlight is designed to focus a bright beam of light in a single direction. Useful in all kinds of industrial and emergency operations. Functions in all known environments. Habitat builder. I'm going to have to get a tab in a minute. The Ulterior handheld habitat builder has been an essential tool of XNO scientists, colonists, and emergency relief crews across 11 different transgrove for more than 50 years. Habitat modules are hermetically sealed for the outside environment, built on land, underwater, or in a vacuum. Habitats can be enhanced to become long-term homes, remote research stations, defensive outposts, and more. Quick Start Guide. Select the base compartment from the builder menu and place it somewhere opportune. Add a hatch to access the compartment. Build a solar panel to power the habitat's oxygen generator. Construct useful interior modules like radios, rechargers, and storage solutions. Primary habitats systems like oxygen generation and flood control, as well as modules like fabricator, draw power, and will not function without it. Additional compartments reduce overall hull integrity, dependent on external pressure. Quick build habitats, a home far away from home. Now I'm going to have to pause it there because I need a drink. I need a coffee. Oh, BTK, do not need a coffee. Well, go and get a coffee. Trust me, this is going to take about maybe an hour or two. I've got a lot of shit. That didn't come out right. Oh shit, I'm still alive. Hello. Making myself a smoke. And I'm going to get myself a coffee now. People who are watching, I'm just making a tab and a drink. Cause we've got a lot of reading to do. My fella is stuck in the packet. Oh shit. Ah! There you go, I got it. Mr. Boombastic, very fantastic. I'm Mr. Boombastic, very fantastic. Sit on the throne and count the stars. Oh yeah, very fantastic. Stop. Hammer time. Do. Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room. Spend the night together for you and me forever. We like the party. We like the party. Ooh, you sexy thing. I believe in miracles. Right. I've made myself a tab now. All I've got to do is just make myself a coffee. Careless whisper. Doctor, I love you. I said I love you. Right, I'm gonna go and get a coffee because I've got a lot of reading to do. I'm gonna keep it on this page for a second, and I need the loo as well. So bear with me. Right, me darling, are you here? Ready? Right, interior grow bed. Let me just open a can of whoop ass so you listen to this. Watch. If I'll pull it today. Come on, can listen. I'm trying to show off here. There we go. Ready? Do you hear that? Right. Interior grow bed. Designed for exclusively inside regulated habitat modules. The interior grow bed is more compact than the outdoor version and features hydroponic nutrient delivery system. Right, modification station. Where the standard fabricator automatically rearranges raw materials to form complex devices, the mod station is able to combine complex devices to enhance their function. Most industrial vessels are fitted with a complement of equipment modification stations, which enable engineers to adapt their tools on the fly. To conserve hard drive space, the modification station is excluded by default from most personal emergency blueprint libraries. However, extreme environments such as ocean and desert class planets may necessitate the adoption of basic survival tools for unanticipated applications. For this reason, access to a mod station is always recommended. Moon pool. The moon pool is an essential module for long-term exploration. Its primary function is to dry dock for small vehicles such as the Seamoth and Prawn suit. The large central chamber contains pressurized pool which provides ready access to surrounding waters, and comes as standard with equipment for raising and recharging a vehicle. When outfitted with a vehicle modification station, the moon pool can be used to build and equip vehicle upgrades. Ratings: dimensions 16 meters by 10 meters by 5 meters. Connected points 6. Habitat hull strength reliability at sea level -5, equivalent 4 rooms. Capacity 1 Seamoth, 1 Prawn suit. High power consumption. Planters and pots. Interior planters come in variety of configurations and allow for most plant species to be grown in small numbers for decorative or botanical use. Scanner room. The advanced habitat module can transform a small outpost into a burgeoning science and exploration station. A 3D display in the center of the room stores local topographical data. System can scan for and pinpoint particular materials. Remotely controlled drones can scan the area up to 500 meters in range. Wall-mounted camera feeds allow for live control of scouting drones. Upgrades console may be used to enhance the module's functions. Right, Spotlight. A permanent lighting solution developed for installation on existing habitats and facilities. Automatically rotates on a 180-degree arch. Motion sensitive, will track nearby moving objects. Draws electricity from main power. Water filtration system. The filtration system draws water unit for human consumption for an external source. Automatically splits it into constituent parts and outpours consumable liquid water and salts. While disposing of any harmful byproduct, it can be built in any compatible habitat module but has substantial power requirements. The ulterior water filtration system. Any liquid into pure, refreshing pH balanced water. Yes sir, any liquid. Right, and that does that there. Boof. power. Bioreactor. On planets where organic matter is plentiful but sunlight is not, reliable bioreactor will frequently prove the most efficient power solution. May be installed in any multi-purpose habitat room, chemically composts organic materials, converting them into energy over time. Accepts all plant matter from seeds and spores to moldy fruits and vegetables. Can also process animal matter, fat, muscle, eggs, etc. and some organic waste products. Energy production is appropriate to the calories in the organic matter. The bioreactor, totally organic. Nuclear reactor, renewable energy sources will usually be sufficient for maintaining a small outpost. For everything else, there's nuclear power. Powered up to 4 replaceable uranium reactor rods. Do not attempt to replace the reactor rods without a full radiation suit. Do not attempt to overclock the reactor. Nuclear is ideal for energy-intensive operations such as self-sufficient colonies supporting more than 20 people, industrial outposts operating multiple docks and heavy machinery, research stations housing live specimens. Solar panel. Solar panel is the most prevalent power source in the galaxy, so it is no accident that the standard solar panel is the default means of powering a habitat. A power source is a requirement for habitat oxygen generators and other onboard modules. Provides limited power for small outposts and survival habitats. May be mounted on or near the habitat itself, or placed remotely and connected via power transmitters. Power rate relative to sunlight exposure. Thermal plant, which I'll get to in a minute because I need to take my inhaler. If you can't hear already, I'm wheezing. Right. The first rule of survival in hostile environments is to work with resources available. If it's 800 degrees outside and you're in danger of burning to death at any moment, you may as well get some cheap, reliable energy out of it. Converts heat energy into electricity. Always take thermometer readings before attempting installation. Core mechanisms are housed in heat-resistant chassis but are not impervious to extreme temperatures. The thermal power plant. It's hot. Right, that's that. Vehicles. Cyclops. The Cyclops is the most power and reliable deep-sea submersible in the galaxy, but by comparison to the competition, it can be crewed by just one pilot, hence the name. It features 3-speed manual piloting controls and forward observation deck for precision maneuvering. Dry dock for transportation, maintenance and recharging the scouting vehicles. Extensive storage solutions in the keel hold section, internal and external video feeds, onboard AI for threat detection, extensive customized options. Advice for captains: higher speeds generate additional noise which may attract undesired attention. Power consumption: engine off 0, slow 25, standard 50 and flank 100. Silent running mode may be activated in conjunction with any speed setting to reduce noise close to 0 at a substantial additional power cost. Cyclops upgrades can be fabricated at the terminal in the engine room and installed at the neighbouring panel. Ratings: top speed 8 miles a second, or 8 ms, whatever that is. Acceleration 3 ms. Power replaceable power cells. Dimensions 54 meters by 14 meters by 12 meters. Persons 1 to 6. Notable: the Cyclops does not feature habitation quarters. It is recommended the captain draw up a rota to decide who gets to sleep in the corridor each night. Atomic fire suppression, hull damage and high speeds increase fire risk. Emergency ballast: in the event of full system failure, this vehicle will sink. Mobile Vehicle Bay. Mobile Vehicle Bay is a deployable station equipped with fabrication drones, designed to construct small research and exploration vehicles from raw materials. It is a common tool in almost all industrial, scientific and colonized operations. Neptune escape rocket. This blueprint set was developed by Altair headquarters specifically to get you off 4546B and back to the nearest phase gate. It takes into account local gravity, astronomical data and available resources, and is piloted by the AI. It may be adapted to employ whatever power source is available, but it will require a lot of it. It consists of 5 independently constructible elements. Launch platform. Floating platform provides a solid base from which to launch the rocket. Chantry provides structural support. Stage 1. Primary thrusters for reaching atmosphere escape velocity. Stage 2. Fuel reserve. And Stage 3. Cockpit. Features: 1-person life support, short-range communications, adaptable power supply, overall shielding, onboard time capsule. Warning: onboard AI will not launch if local threats are detected. The use of alien materials to power the craft may increase its range in unpredictable ways. Prawn Suit Mark III. The pressure reactivate waterproof nanosuit is a range of mechs designed to protect the pilot from extreme environments. The Mark III is the latest iteration and has so far only been rolled out by Altair for their own high-value phase gate related operations. The suit is fully insulated and from the outside environments. Powerful hydraulic limbs allow for manipulation of objects and power transversal of the environment. Rear-mounted thrusters provide maneuverability in low-gravity environments. A range of modifications are available to facilitate resource extraction and enhance exploration. The prawn suit has got you covered. Sea Glide. The Sea Glide is a personal transportation device designed for use in oceanic environments, capable of speeds up to 36 kilometers an hour in standing water. Displays basic topographical data for aid in charting cave systems. Replaceable battery, keep fingers clear of the propeller. The Sea Glide, anything that moves faster underwater is probably trying to eat you. Sea Moth. The Sea Moth is one-person vehicle. The Sea Moth is a one-person vehicle with an independent replaceable power cell fitted in the rear and a fully customizable design. Low-power multi-directional thrusters enable it to function equally well in sea or space environments. Most long-range vessels can carry at least 2 vehicles of this class to facilitate the exploration and the exploitation of small astronomical bodies. However, they can also be fabricated at a standard mobile vehicle bay. Ratings: top speed 13 ms, acceleration 5 ms, distance per power cell 10 kilometers, crush depth 200 meters below sea level. Upgrade module slots 4, dimensions 3 meters by 1.5 meters by 1 meter. Persons 1. Sea Moths may be modified by installing upgrade modules to access the point mounted on the wing. These include increased cargo storage, superior power, pressure and collision compensation, enhanced solar defensive capabilities. Notable: these modules may only be manufactured at a moon pool outfitted with a vehicle modification station. The Sea Moth, it goes anywhere but land. And last for the vehicle is vehicle upgrade console. So, the terminal allows vehicle to be customized with different naming and color schemes, and upgrade modules may be installed in compatible Moonpool module. Upgrades may be constructed at the dedicated fabricator. Upgrades include additional defensive capabilities, scanning equipment, and storage. Right, so that is that. Blueprints done. Data downloads. Now this is going to get hairy. There's a lot. As always, we'll start with the alien data. We'll start with the artifacts. Jesus Christ. Alien building block. This rock-like object features organic as well as mechanical parts, and there is some genetic and technological crossover with the design of the self-warping construct encountered elsewhere. It appears to serve no purpose in current state, and is awaiting some kind of activation sequence. Materials such as this may have been fundamental building block of the aliens' technology, or even of the aliens themselves. Alien carving. This carving is hundreds of thousands of years old, and made from unrecognized natural fiber, grown on an unknown planet. It bears striking resemblance to the old Earth yin-yang symbol. Two competing theories may explain this similarity. Aliens visited Earth prior to the 4th century BC and influenced the development of ancient Chinese philosophy. The concept of yin and yang is universal, since yin and yang describes the fundamental independency of seemingly opposite forces. It may be necessary two circles union into opposed and infinitesimally small points. The finite is one logical way to represent this understanding, and may have been developed independently by species other than human. That was a lot. Alien rifle. Strong resemblance to human weaponry in this form. This device must have been designed with humanoid user in mind. Whether the aliens that built this structure were themselves humanoid or otherwise employed the use of humanoids is unclear. What is clear is that they consider defending this facility a necessary precaution. There is no obvious way to remove the rifle from the case. Alien statue. The artifact is unpowered, suggesting it served a ceremonial rather than practical purpose. The pyramid resembles vines spiraling up towards the warm blue stone mounted above it. It may represent a plant found on the aliens' home world, a building of religious import, or even the gravitational pull of their home solar system. Alien earth blade. An ancient earth blade dating back to the 13th century. Blood samples on the blade match the DNA of 7 separate heads of state from the period. This evidence supports the theory that the aliens are an ancient space-borne civilization engaged in the surreptitious study of less developed species. Doomsday device. Scans indicate this device contains enough potential energy to destroy the entire planet, along with most of the solar system. Fortunately, it has malfunctioned. Well, that's not a good sign now, is it? Holographic projector. This device contains network apparatus and a holographic projection unit. It was likely used as a communications relay, capturing and projecting the image of the user to a remote location. There do not appear to be any other device in range. Nanobots. Scans show some form of advanced nanobot inside the seemingly empty case. These bots are substantially smaller than any developed with the Federation, and it is not possible to ascertain the exact function. It would, however, be unwise to release them. Organic matter particular. This device contains highly unstable radioactive isotope, likely to destroy all organisms exposed to it, while leaving physical structure intact. Although it would function perfectly well as a weapon, it was more likely used to sterilize spaces to lay out habitation with instructions. It would be unwise to interact with it. Rudimentary tablet. This device shares many similarities with the tablets used to access the alien facilities. Although its structure is rather less complex, it may have served a similar purpose, granting security access and storing relevant data, and was thus kept here as a form of legacy support. Tracking implant. This construct is emitting a high bandwidth signal consistent with alien transmissions intercepted elsewhere. DNA on the exterior indicates it was once implanted inside one of the lifeforms indigenous to 4546b. Its size suggesting the subject was a Leviathan class organism. Beyond tracking and broadcasting its location, the implant may also have recorded biological data on the subject. However, this data cannot be what? However, this data cannot be. Okay. Well, however, this data cannot be retrieved. I've seen it at the bottom there. Translation device. This device stores linguistic data from over 1,000 different languages. The core of this device may allow alien text to be read and translated. Analysts of the onboard data reveals a number of ancient Earth languages, and the term CHBC Live appears many times in the device data. Its import is unclear. The device seems to be configured to translate into the designer's language. It will not work with any other way around. Right, so that's artifacts done. Now this one, I don't have to worry about it because... shit. I thought this one, I'd just press square and it'll just read it out. Damn it. Okay. Alien Arch. The structure's intended purpose is unclear. Theories on function, ceremonial or religious role, industrial applications, advanced transportation network, assessment, further research required. Alien flora research. Local plants being held in stasis. The aliens have evidently sought an extensive knowledge of the planet's ecosystem, which would have been necessary to support any live specimen research. Alien robot. The device of alien origin, although its design is relatively simple. Purpose. Its low threat level is at odds with advanced technology apparently available to its designers, suggesting it was intended more to patrol alien facilities and repair damaged infrastructure than to deter invaders. Design. Despite its small simple, this construction is quite elegant to its minimalism. Four electromagnetic legs allow it to transfer floors, walls and ceilings with reasonable speed and appear to be replaceable internally. There are few moving parts, rendering this construct energy efficient and resistant to wear over time. A rechargeable ion-based power reserve ensures it continues to operate. Assessment. Immobilized and returned to Alteria for mutual profit. Alien thermal plant. There's fucking a lot of them, yeah, isn't there? As soon as this is done, love, I can move on. The system is directly converting local thermal energy into electric current at 90% efficiency. Most of this energy is being stored in the battery-like devices within the plant itself, each of which holds enough to power a small city for a year. Some of it, however, is being drained off, presumably as it is distributed to other facilities on the planet. The power plant appears to be fully automated and given current understanding of the mechanism involved in uninterruptible. Alien vent. These vents connect to an ancient piping network that extends beyond maximum scannable depth. The pumping system is still functional. The inflow vent is drawing water from the surrounding area and pumping to an unknown location below surface. Warm, deoxygenated water is being expelled into the atmosphere. Most creatures are avoiding the vents. Peepers can be observed entering and exiting the pipe network without signs of distress. Assessment. Further research required. Blue tablet. Smooth and cold, with a blue light which illuminates an alien symbol resembling an uppercase H. While it is likely these devices served in part as security clearance for whoever constructed them, their size suggests some additional purpose such as personal computers. Whatever the case, the technology is far beyond humanity's own. Energy core. This device houses energy equivalent to 100 MT nuclear detonation, which can be channeled through the facility and directed at vessels overhead or bent around the planet's gravitational pull to strike targets in orbit. Power is routed via the attached terminal, allowing for the device to deactivate if necessary. It is currently operating without parameters, suggesting it will target any ship within range. Force field control terminal. This device matches no known technologies and is likely alien in nature. Power is being routed via the terminal to the nearby force field. The technology is far beyond anything encountered before by the Federation. Nevertheless, there is a good chance it functions like a regular lock and only requires the correct kind of key. Jesus Christ. No entity on the periodic table and an unprecedented ability to store huge amounts of iconic energy within it. Likely grown artificially, cubic appears to suggest it has been cut from a large deposit. Each cube contains the equivalent iconic energy of a 5 kilotons of TNT. Under the right conditions, the energy could be released in a controlled manner. Likely used as batteries, but would require a substantial power source to be recharged. Assessment: valuable energy source. Orange tablet. This device hums slightly and displays an orange lit symbol resembling an N. It may offer a way to interact with compatible technologies. Purple tablet. This carbon-based device is lighter than it looks and features a symbol of a U, lit up in purple despite the onboard power still functioning. Algae growth on the exterior indicates it was abandoned hundreds, perhaps thousands of years ago. While the technology is far beyond Federation levels and there is no obvious way to interfere with it, it should nonetheless be possible to fabricate a precise physical copy of this device if necessary. Research equipment. A large laboratory table and accompanying scanners incorporate technologies far beyond our current level of understanding. Hypothesis. Equipment maintenance, staff maintenance, specimen analysis, specimen gene manipulation. Self-warping quarantine enforcing unit. This life form shows signs of heavy genetic modification and extensive mechanical grafting. Its digestive and pulmonary systems have been replaced by an onboard battery receiving energy directly from the main grid and distributing it around the body. Miniaturized phase technology has been implanted beneath the skin and is triggered by the central nervous system, allowing the construct to teleport at will. The brain and central nervous system has been digitally augmented with advanced processing power and remote communications. Assessment: programmable, hunter, killer, avoid. Water parts. The organic parts on the display contain DNA from dozens of different organisms, largely originating off-world. They are in varying states of augmented with advanced technologies. This production line setup suggests these self-warping constructs were built, maintained, and deployed by aliens that designed this facility. And that is that. Let's take a drink, because the next one is not that bad. I can't wait to get to the next one. The next one's just press square and I can take a break from reading. Right, here we go. Terminal data. Discovered inside an alien facility, it was not possible to translate any useful information. However, scans have returned some information on the device itself. It is likely a solid-state computer, although there is no clear way to interface with it. An approach it began producing a low-frequency radio wave containing complex but recognizable data patterns. It is likely the alien species which designed this technology evolved with genetically selected sensory apparatus to hear and understand broadcast by the device, and to communicate back developed than the common human. Assessment: further research required. Damage report. Leviathan detected at facility perimeter. Closing at high speed. Exterior anchor capable impacted the massive force. Exterior anchor system buckling, facility sinking. Collision with the sea floor. Breaches detect a containment unit 7 Leviathan eggs. Immediate specimen destruction protocol initiated. 314 specimens deployed, 1 specimen unaccounted for. Evacuating staff to off-site sanctuaries. Planetary quarantine protocol initiated. Warning: infected individuals may not leave the planet. Enforcement platform schematic. This data set appears to be multi-dimensional schematic of some kind. By mapping the pattern to 3-dimensional space, it is possible to gather a basic understanding of the facility's internal workings. Construction material. The facility's unknown construction material is identified as an ultra-hard non-reactive metal amalgam. Synthesized from off-world materials, there is no indication that it can be damaged or destroyed by available means. Power. The schematic indicates the facility was to be powered by a separate self-sustaining power plant located elsewhere on the planet. The location is not listed, but there is no evidence the designers intended to harness the planet's natural thermal energy. Layout. The facility consists of the upper engineering section, where the schematic was found, and the control room, which is accessed via the security sealed elevator shaft or a separate underwater moon pool. The control room is the lower section, houses the only known way to interface with the facility. However, the schematic does not detail the operation procedure or installed security measures. Oh, I'm getting tired of reading now. I think I'm going to leave it there because I just don't want to read it anymore. I'll get these ones done.
Exiting sleep mode. Loading voice recognition. Engineer Barclay and Chief Technology Officer you identified.
Drone, get me a propulsion cannon.
Propulsion cannon retrieved.
Hey, Berkeley. Install that circuit box with that repulsion cannon and you'll punch a hole in the cargo bay.
Damn it, drone, I said propulsion, not repulsion. Recalibrate sensors.
Sensors recalibrated.
Sensors aren't the problem. I tweak the program. It's like you now. It doesn't like being told what to do.
Drone, I know...
His name's Albert now.
Albert, I know it's not your fault, but it would really help me do my job if you bring me what I asked for. Thanks for your time.
Propulsion cannon retrieved.
Thank you. Now go away.
Entering hibernation mode.
Boss, this hobby of yours isn't making my job any easier. Or safer.
Maybe so, but it's all that's stopping me from being so bored I take a spacewalk in my skivvies.
The way I see it, no one's to blame here.
He gave me the wrong coordinates.
She didn't give me clear instruction. Okay, I'll rephrase. You've been equally incompetent. Now, we've lost time, but we're closer to the planet. So if Degassi's out there, the scans should pick it up.
Why are we even helping the Mongolians? They're the competition.
Enjoy your shore leave on Sanjay Station? Like having fuel in the tanks? Thank the Mongolians. We run the scans, we show them we didn't find anything, and we say thanks for the free dinner. Clear? Sir, there's something odd on the surface scan here. Turn that recorder off. I'm not really a doctor. I know that's what my ID says, but I never have been. Cheated the medical exams. What does a doctor these days needs to know about manually resetting modes. When was the last time a top surgeon actually cut someone open? That's what the robots are for. Doctors these days read diagnoses off of computer readouts. For that, I'm perfectly qualified. But what good is it when I'm not connected to the main network? I'm bleeding. I've got glowing green pustules growing on my hands. I run a self-scan and it tells me I've got skin irritation. The only thing I studied in medical school was how to lie convincingly. What the hell do I know about how to treat an alien disease? I think I'm actually going to die down here.
Live pod launch sequence initiated. Entering planetary atmosphere.
My creators, the cherishers and sustainers of worlds, give me this day my daily pleasures as I give to those who seek pleasures from me.
External temperature approaching critical levels.
Show me the path. In life, truth, and love for mine is the power. I am the one. On and off and on again.
Impact imminent.
Life is a game which the universe plays with itself. I am done playing as this bundle of flesh. Return me. How's his log? It's the day of the crash. I don't know what the heck has happened. I'm scared and I'm not going outside. There are shadows in the water under the hatch, but I can't tell if they're rocks or aliens. And there's weird-looking caves nearby. The Aurora was carrying everything needed to build the phase gate. Mobile vehicle bays, bioreactors, propulsion cannons. It had a cinema. There was a zero-G gym. My cafe. I don't understand how we're here now. Don't know why no one's coming for me.
Keen, this is Aurora. Come in.
This is Keen. Life pod detached, okay? Planet call in 30 seconds.
The computer has identified a landmass and the attached coordinates. I want you to regroup the crew there.
Understood, but
They are your responsibility now. Don't let them down.
Captain, you need to evacuate.
Negative. You'll need the ship in one piece if you're going to contact HQ on the long range. I'm attempting a controlled descent.
Captain!
Flotation devices failed.
We're flooding. Evacuate.
Wait. I can reconfigure the O2 system to act as a bilge pump.
It's working.
Okay, good news. We're alive and we've stopped sinking.
Bad.
The oxygen's going to run out in 30 minutes and we're 500 meters down.
What do we do?
We'll have to use the remaining juice to send a distress call and build whatever gear we can. Then we find a way to the surface. You really think it'll carry two of us?
Irregular sea glide tows a mass of 80 kilograms at over 30 kilometers an hour. The power cell rigged to this one should double that.
You think there's something out there that's faster?
I'm sure. And that's assuming it doesn't overload 3 meters from the light pod.
You're calm about this.
I'm seeing the engineering problem. If I stop seeing the maths, I'll be terrified. To any Altera crew. Landed in area of significant alien activity. Encountered predators of the Leviathan class, highly aggressive. Spectroscope scanner assigned species designator Reaper. One specimen attempted to swallow the life pod, doing extensive damage in the process. Only viable option is to make for the safety of the Aurora crash site. I've retrieved a data box with the creature decoy and enough resources to fabricate a couple of them. The swim's longer than the decoy lifetime, but it should just be enough to keep them busy. If you don't find me on board the ship, presume I miscalculated.
Ma'am, I need you to stay calm. We're not in immediate danger.
Where are the rescue teams?
The Aurora didn't make it.
So, where are the rescue teams?
They're dead, ma'am. We have rendezvous coordinates, but the route's irradiated.
So, what are you going to do?
I'm head of human resources, ma'am. This is not my expertise. But the PDA says if we can find some lead, we can make radiation suits.
Oh, there! I am not setting foot outside this life pod without the proper protection.
Don't worry. I'll go. What are you doing?
You were gone so long. I thought you'd drowned.
Put the flare down.
I was going to try and attract someone's attention.
That's not a distress flare. Stop waving it around like that. You'll catch the fuel line.
We have to board the Aurora, repair the long-range comms, make contact with the other survivors. We can't be the only two that made it.
Those are not the orders the captain gave me, and they are not the orders I'm giving you.
This isn't chain of command. It's survival.
My obligations as acting commander don't turn on their convenience. Get out of the water.
If I get into trouble, I'll send you my coordinates.
I can't let you go alone.
Then come with me.
You don't leave me much choice.
Received emergency transmission from second officer. 2 hours after last activity.
Rendezvous are failure. Intercepted a transmission from Altera HQ. Seems they sent a data package to the Aurora. We were intercepted by a Leviathan-class predator before we could reach the ship. Consider the CTO and I lost at sea. Be safe. Keen. Out.
I thought it might be claustrophobic living underwater. Father visitors. He'd tell me it was childish, but I stare out the window and sometimes I think how lucky I am to see this world up close. Back on the
Fair enough, that's it.
I wouldn't have believed the creatures that live down here. The fish, they glow. There's one that's 90.
I'm not reading anymore. I'm tired. I'm not tired, but I'm tired of reading, so.